we have one that says it passes through this point and the slope is undefined. So if it's undefined, that means it's a vertical line, which we said earlier it's x equals a number. Since all we have is the point and the x value is 7, I know that that line must be x equals 7. Alright, so now we're going to write using the idea of parallel and perpendicular. Again, it gives you a point, so we're going to start with point slope because we're going to get the slope from the given information and then use this point as x1, y1. So we know that in order for two lines to be parallel, they must have the same slope. So if I look at this equation, y equals negative 4x plus 1, I know the slope is negative 4. Okay, so if the slope is negative 4 and I'm using the point y, negative 2, 3, I have y minus y1, which is 3, equals negative 4 times x minus negative 2, which becomes x plus 2. If I wanted to, I could solve it for y. So that would give me, if I add 3 to both sides, that's going to give me negative 4x minus 5. Okay, I want you to try the second one, but remember perpendicular means the opposite reciprocal. So our slope is negative 4 over 1. So find the opposite reciprocal for that in order to do your equation. Okay, now we have 2 points. So we can't go quite yet directly to point slope. I have to find the slope first. So that's going to be my first step. Find the slope, then I can pick one of these 2 points to use in point slope. So I've got y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I get 10 plus 2 is 12. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. So that gives me negative 4. Now that I have the slope, I'm going to choose one of these 2 points. I'm going to choose 5, negative 2 just because it shows up first. And I'm going to tack it into the y minus y1. So that's going to give me y minus negative 2, which is the same thing as y plus 2, but we'll do that in a second, equals m times x minus x1. So since these are 2 negatives, that becomes a big old plus. So again, if I want to make it say y equals, I'm going to solve it for y. So that gives me negative 4x. If I subtract 2 from both sides, I get plus 18. So I'd like you to try this one. Find your slope and then pick one of the points and put it into point slope form. Alright, and then example 9, we're going to go ahead and do both together. It says write an equation of the line that passes through the 2 points. So again, notice it doesn't give us the slope. We have to find it. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to solve our point slope so that it's y equals. That's easy. We've already done that. And then we're going to make it so that it's in ax plus by equals c form. Okay, so first things first, find the slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, so I get negative 9 over negative 9, which is 1. So I'm going to pick, again, I'm going to pick this one just because it's the first one that shows up. So I have y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Since it says slope-intercept form, that is mx plus b. So solve it for y. 1x minus 6, so I get y equals x minus 5. Now to go from that to standard form, I'm just going to put the x's and y's on the same side. So I have a couple of options. I can just subtract the x over, get negative x plus y is equal to negative 5, Or I can add the 5 over and then subtract the y so that I get x minus y is equal to positive 5. Both of those mean the same thing.